Hello guys, Sendou again. So today we're actually gonna talk about special weapons in Splatoon 2. And special weapons of course being something that people are always complaining about. Oh my god, water is too strong, everything's too strong, armor's too strong, missiles are too strong. But here's the thing, I think many people are kinda misunderstanding the special weapons in the game right now. So what I was gonna actually do is just to go through every special weapon in the game and tell you what to think of it right now. Because there's been quite a few changes and I think I have a lot of opinions among the top players as with it. So I think it would be useful just to, take a look and just tell my personal opinion, but of course it's also based on streams and so on. Not final opinion, of course everything might change, but still it's something that I've been thinking more lately that people aren't necessarily thinking the same way I do about specials when I talk to people just normally on Discord and whatnot. But yeah, just to start with the age old weakest special in the game, completely useless, and they buffed the frames that it comes out like 10 times. I don't even know. But I think right now missiles are actually pretty good. Like this is like the first point of this video that actually missiles are pretty good. And the reason for this is that okay, well, not just because it comes out fast, because it automatically means make it better. I don't think even that's like the biggest reason for it. That's of course nice to have in some situations. You can use them in more situations, but I think it's more that people are just realizing that in those kind of like tower control maps where the tower is, for example, going in narrow pathways, like think about if there's a checkpoint here. Like normally the defenders are gonna be in pretty hard positions to evade the missiles, they're gonna be pretty cooked up. So in those situations missiles are actually gonna do a lot. And if you can combine it with Stingray, which we're gonna talk about a bit later, then yeah, that's gonna be a pretty big for you I think. And yeah, especially for any kind of maps that are very narrow or long, that's gonna be good for missiles. But yeah, I think mostly for tower control, actually we are like actually when we're screaming, we're actually saying we let's have missiles here. Like they're actually trying to have missiles. It's just not like oh I want to play minis or whatever. We can have missiles too. But we're actually trying to have missiles. So that's like the first kind of like the point of this video is that actually missiles are good like, right now. And I don't think it's been like that controversial anymore. I don't think. Armor still really strong I think. Uh, then again, I don't know if it's kind of on its way out or not. It's kind of like hanging there, but it's not like you have to have armor right now. It's still a really nice option, I think. But more so, I've been thinking lately that maybe there's better specials for it. But still, yeah, armor's really strong. It's a global special, meaning it helps you all of your teammates at the same time. So that's very very nice. But yep, I don't know if it's on its way out actually, since there are so many good specials right now. But it's so nice to have. Like if you have armor, that's normally good. Maybe where you don't want to have it is bigger maps since the armor is so easy to break, and also it depends on what kind of team comp the enemies running. If they're playing Blaster, then it's good to have armor against that. If they're playing Slosher, then yeah, it's good to have armor against that. But yeah, normally I don't know how much I'll be running armor. I mean, I will be running armor, but I was more saying that I'll just try out different things. But yeah, armor is still up there with the strong special, of course. And I think we come to bomb rushes. So there's so many different bomb rushes. I'm gonna just cover them fast here because there's just too many different ones to look on its own. Burst bomb rush, well, there's no thing. It's only on one weapon. And it's really not doing much to be honest. Saving killing rush, it's only on 2 weapons. But in general, bomb rush is like it's nice on some maps. It's nice where say you want the charger but you want Stingray because the map is not good for it, then yeah, bombers is still like pretty nice to have, but it's not like you ever really are like, oh I wanna have bombers, we need to have bombers. Like they are better specials to do kind of like the same thing and more, if it makes sense. But this is not the worst special, and if you like playing Turf War, then I think bombers is super nice there, but I don't know, like we never are like, oh we have to have bombers here, like it's so OP, but we never are like this. or same, even more so with killing or reverse rush, chicken rush. Like those are, in my opinion, the worst skills of the game right now. So that's really something. But yeah, just to move forward, we have our age-old favorite, Stingray. Stingray itself, it's still strong. It's still strong. I think I like the changes they made to it. It's pretty necessary for a Rainmaker and Tower Control normally. So yeah. I think that's pretty much it. It's no longer necessary on all maps, no longer necessary with all comps, but I think for DC and you know, Rainmaker, it's super nice to have for the objective. Just to shut down the objective, when they push the objective, you have Stingray. That's really nice for you, I think. And just having Stingray for that reason is pretty huge. But Stingray actually is super hard special to use well. Like, if you aren't really good at Stingray right now, it's really not that great of an option for you in most cases. Like, think about someone like Brian, he's been playing so much Stingray that it makes sense for him to use Stingray on a lot of maps. It's really good with it. But there's a lot of people you play against them and you notice they just don't have the experience with Stingray. It's really easy to avoid it. It just doesn't put any pressure on you, so at that point I would just say like don't run it. Aside from Tower Control and Rainmaker, but it's still nice. It's not the worst. And just going forward, we have Inkjet. This is actually another, I don't know, controversial spot in the video. I'm not sure, but I really don't think Inkjet is good right now. I wouldn't even say Inkjet is like high tier of specials if we would have tiers. That doesn't really make sense. Yeah, but okay, let me explain why. So Inkjet, first of all, online, it's quite hard to aim, right? Because you have to be able to hit them where they see you hit them. It's not enough that you see them hit them. You need to see the enemy see you hit them. If that makes sense. So it favors the victim compared to local. Then of course, what you see and what they see is the same. So it's not so big deal. But definitely for online, it's kind of hard to aim sometimes. And even more so, like think about I'm pushing with my teammates. And I need to use my exit from here, it's the only safe spot, and I use it, then I come here, and yeah, I'm with my teammates pushing, or maybe I get killed if I'm good at this game. Okay, normally, I don't think it's even normal to get kills with Inkjet anymore. I think the average you don't really even get kills necessarily. But yeah, then I'm like over here, and where are my teammates? I mean, probably they're here, they're like pushing, right? They're pushing forward. Think about how big distance there is between the guys just use Inkjet and the rest of their team. Like, it's huge. And that is personally why I'm not a big fan of Inkjet. In addition, it's super easy for certain weapons to punish it. Like, it's really not like many popular weapons that really have really easy time killing Inkjet. And that combined with the fact that Baller is so strong, I honestly don't see Inkjet much right now. Like, using Inkjet, I just don't really see it. It's good against some weapons. It's really good against. For example, Exploser here. It's really hard for them to deal with Inkjet. But there are so many weapons that are good at dealing with Inkjets right now that it's really like easy to die with Inkjet. Like think about how big the hitbox is for against the machine, for example. If they don't need to like much by aim to actually shoot down an Inkjet. And that combined with the fact that guys show that it's really easy to get out of sync with your teammates. That it's not really my favorite special at all. It depends on the map, of course. If the map has the structure for it, if there's a lot of height difference, it might be good. But in most cases, I don't know. Okay, let's compare it for a Baller. And I'm gonna just let you guys think, what is different from the Baller? If I use Baller from here, like what is the difference between pushing with my team? Because I'm gonna think because my throat is dying. But think for a second, what is the difference between what I just did with the Inkjet and now what I did with Baller here? So, we go to the enemy team, I pop. Okay, the special ended. Where am I? I'm right here, I'm where my teammates are. Then, where is the Inkjet guy? He's here! He doesn't even see us, he's so far away. He takes 5 years to get here. Compared to here, I'm like, oh my god, I'm Blondro, the crazy one-trick slosher, I kill everyone now. And the guy who's Inkjet. Okay guys, wait for me, I'm coming. Oh, you all dead, okay. I go charge the Inkjet. Okay, that's not really what happened, but it's not far off. That's why Baller is so strong, you can instantly follow up when you pop it. Of course, it's otherwise like, not so many weapons are actually good at dealing with Baller right now. Like, I played End Umbrella. The big reason I played is because it's so good against the Baller. But many weapons aren't really good at dealing with Baller, so you can really get some disgusting stuff off. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is that you can actually push with your teammates. Like, think about, let's take another special that we need to talk about here. Let's take Cloud, for example. If I get a Cloud off, think about how good that's for the Baller to go in with the Cloud and actually like beat there when the Baller ends. Like, boom. That sounds a really good special right now. Like, I'm a big fan of Cloud, I've always been. It's just not on so many good weapons right now, but it's definitely a really strong special. Just to think about how big area it'd be nice. But yeah, this combines with the Baller thing. Like, think about the Baller gets pushing with my Cloud and combined with this damages. I think it's really big to combine these two specials, right? Like this. And yeah, well, Cloud is still super strong. I think for tower control, you can push up the defenders, and when you're defending, you can push up the guys from tower, and so on. You can just force the enemy off the most, like the best spot they could be in defense, and so on and so on. So yeah, Cloud is super nice. That's why I'm trying to pick up Umbrella again, just so I can get that sweet Cloud. But yeah, unfortunately, not on too many good weapons right now. And what we still have here, we do have this. So controversial weapon, but the special, people are saying like the special is trash. Is that the case? I don't think it's the case really. I think Splashdown is quite nice actually. So the main thing about Splashdown is that I think why many people think it's bad is because they try to use it reactively rather than trying to do it on their own will. Like, let me explain what I like. I know. Okay, let's imagine there's like an enemy around the corner there. Like, I know I can like get a good splashdown on him. So I use a splashdown. Like, I have a plan to use splashdown. So I use my splashdown. It probably goes pretty well, right? Because it was my own choice. It was like the enemy. Maybe I put the enemy in a position where it's really hard to shoot down the splashdown, or maybe it's an enemy that isn't really good at shooting down splashdown. Compare it to this situation. Think about this. We're in a firefight. We're fighting. I'm taking a lot of damage. Oh my god, Bellic button splashdown. Then I get shot down. And then I say, oh my god, splashdown's so bad, like so worthless. No, this is not real life. Like, you can do, of course, sometimes you can go for the panic button splashdown. It's not the worst. Sometimes it makes sense, for sure. Sometimes it makes sense. But that shouldn't be your only move, you know. And it's really good against Bubble, which we're gonna talk about in a second. There's so many specials in the game. This video is gonna be half an hour long, so not really bad. Anyway, Splashdown. Big thing is that, okay, you also, if you happen to die with Splashdown, you keep most of it, so that's pretty nice actually. But yeah, it's actually pretty nice to combo it with. Like, think about like the kit for Gensa sloshing. Like, I can like rush them in really well. Like, combine with all my kits, it's really easy to do a lot of damage. It's just like another option for Gensa sloshing. I think it's really nice. And again, compared to Inkjet, where is Splashdown guy when it ends? Splashdown guy is here. Where is the Inkjet guy? Inkjet guy is here. Oh, wait for me, guys. I'm coming. I'm here. Oh, you died. So I go back. No, but last time, same thing as Baller. When it ends, I'm right there with my teammates, push with them. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It just depends on the special. Okay, if you're talking about Hydra Splashdown, then yeah, this is disgusting. This is not acceptable to give Hydra Splashdown. But if you talk about Tetra, if you talk about like Genza Machine, those are really good weapons for Splashdown. Even Blaster, I think, is pretty good. But yeah, if you're playing YouTuber, yeah, okay, it's not gonna be a great special. Okay, I get it. It just depends on weapon, and as long as the weapon is good for it, then yes. And yeah, I don't think I have to explain why this is bad. Like, I use Splashdown. Oh, what are my follow-up options? Come here. Oh, they kill me. That's not excellent, but you know, that needed a really thought that would be a good thing to have. Okay, so that's something. Anyway, we talked about Stingray, we talked about Inkjet, we talked about Splashdown, we talked about Cloud, we talked about Baller. Okay, so I guess we still have Bubble Blower, Buoy Bomb, and Hammer. So pretty interesting specials, really. I think I made a whole video about Bubbles. At least I made a video about them. Anyway, Bubbles, especially for Flamble, it's really strong. Gets countered by Splashdown hard right now. Isn't the absolute killing machine is what it used to be, but still rather strong. So for me at least, like I tried to explain for Flamblets, this push is makes the most for me. Like think about how are they supposed to like think about how pressuring moment and insanity. And then for the longest time I have like this ultra splash ball, like to do whatever I want. That actually props really fast now, so that's something to keep in mind. But it's still not the best special. It's definitely not like the strongest special. Like at what point it was probably the strongest special. Right now it's just not that good special. Like that's what I'm saying. Like most of these specials are very well balanced right now. I think there's isn't like any big balance issues with specials anymore. So that's actually rather nice to see. And yeah, lastly, the new specials, the recently buffed special, meaning Booyah Bomb and the Hammer. So just to start off with Booyah Bomb, this is probably like one of the best specials in the game right now. And why is that? Well, I think many people see it as a Thing Strike from Splatoon 1. I mean, yeah, but I mean, not really though. The biggest thing is that it's a so like aggro special. First of all, okay, they basically they can kill me on that. Okay? And also when we push, like if you get good Booyah Bomb off, you can throw it. You can really catch people off surprise, get some kills, or just help your teammates to push in some area. It's kind of like Cloud, but like on steroids in regards to the killing power. And yeah, it also can paint zone, but people can paint over it, so that's probably not even the main use case. So if you're using Booyah Bomb in a way where you're always just like, throwing it on zone, then yeah, you can probably think of a better ways to use it really. I think it's better to try to use it in a way. Like think about this like some really good area for the enemy to defend. Like they can really get a good shots on us. Then yeah, probably like good way to use Booyah Bomb would be to force them off that path. Yeah. So when we push in, it's easier for us to kill them, or maybe we can take the high ground here. So stuff like that with the Booyah Bomb is what makes it really strong right now. I think I still need to experiment more with the Booyah Bomb. Like it's still like rather new stuff for us, so it's like I understand it completely. But you've really been seeing it a lot in Crimson lately, and I think it's super strong. And lastly, but not the least, well, not far off. I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm not sure what to think of the Hammer. I think they need to give Hammer some good main weapon, and then we kind of see what's it really about. I do think it's better than Nixon, by the way, but I don't know if it's better than Brawler. I think it's better than Brawler when you think about the aggro. So yeah, Hammer. I made a whole video about this stuff. I remember. Hammer, basically. There's so many mix-up options with how aggro you can be. Like, I think many people make the mistake they do this and they make it shut down, then they are upset and email Nintendo to how stupid Hammer is. But no, you just mix up the options, and it's pretty impressive what you can do with the Hammer. And it also depends on what kind of team comp they run. Maybe they have a lot of weapons with big projectiles, maybe sloshers. So the Hammer has easier time at shooting those projectiles down compared to like really fast fire rate shooting, for example. So yeah, and just having the mix-up option is super nice. But I still think people need to get better with it. Then we can finally see its full potential. But it's definitely not the worst. It's definitely not unviable. I think it allows you to play L3 of Rust Mini if you're really good at Hammer. But at the same time, I'm kinda expecting some more weapons with it, so we can see what it's really all about. And the Hammer, I think, last thing I want to say is that while people can get better at playing with Hammer, if people start playing with Hammer, then people get better at playing against it, and that again makes it weaker. So I think many reasons, like you watch people are like, oh, RS is doing crazy stuff with Hammer, oh my god. And for sure, he's a good player with Hammer, but honestly, what people are doing against Hammer right now, because they're not like expecting, they're like feeding, really. Like they are not even remotely trying to play it correctly against Hammer. Like either they don't space it out when they can, or they don't shoot it when they can, like stuff like this. But it's normal because you don't have the experience. But yeah, that's why I think the Hammer got like false publicity. Just see people who don't know how to play against it, and then at least for me in tournaments, I didn't really see the pressure same from my own perspective. Like it doesn't really feel that impactful, but that's me. Anyways, I hope I didn't forget any specials. There's so many in this game that it's easy to forget any. If I forget something, then Maybe it's not so important. I guess I got everything? Okay, I got everything. So, thanks for watching, guys. That's specials in Splatoon 2. Hopefully, it gave you some ideas what specials to play, what specials not to play, what people think about the specials. I actually talked about it for 20 minutes. I wonder how many people watched 20 minutes of Splatoon 2 video by Sendou C. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I'll try to make more videos. Hopefully this was illuminating. If not, then I'm so sorry. That sucks to hear. And well, as always, tell me what you want to see from the videos. I do look at the comments and take them in account. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. See you next time.